بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
تفضل يا شيخ.
Concerning the date. Take the date. Some they make it a joke, but this is real.
The Sheikh is sharing something with us that he experienced himself, and that is he has 9 children, mashallah. Every time his wife gets pregnant, he tells her to increase her consumption of dates. And he tells people anytime they get pregnant to do the same. And I would like to bring this to your attention in English, There is a book that was translated from Arabic into English. It's called At-Tib An-Nabawi, the prophetic medications, the things that the Prophet told people to eat and to drink, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to cure yourself naturally and holistically. And the things that you should avoid that he said or that the Quran said, the thing was good or the thing was bad. There's a lot of things. So from the prophetic medicine is these dates. They're better than giving our kids Snickers bars and this other manufactured sweets that people are eating. And it has a lot of benefits to it. Not just one benefit, it has a lot of benefits to it. And that's why Islam is encouraging the child to do what? To encouraging us, commanding us, give your child the dates, let it be the first thing that goes in his stomach. When the child is born, the first defecation that comes out is black. You know what I'm talking about? It's black, right? When that child eats the dates and things like that, you'll see. You compare what happened with your children who didn't eat the dates to the child that ate the dates, is a different texture. And what's really freaky is we don't have foundations. Instead of, instead of doing the aqiqah, what Islam said to do in greeting your baby. And there's a book that's been translated, it's called Welcoming the Newborn Child. It's been translated. كيف نستقبل المولود الجديد. Welcoming the Newborn Child. It's a good book. It's PDF, free, on the thing. Instead of following the sunnah, look what the Prophet said. Listen to this. He said, Kullu mawlud, rahinun bi aqiqatihi. Every child has the right on the father to give the child an aqiqah. And what's the aqiqah? Shukran lakum ya akhi. He said the aqiqah is, you name the child after 7 days. And you cut his hair after 7 days. That hair inside of the mother's womb, while he's in the womb, is beneficial. Prophet Muhammad said when the kid comes out, it is harmful on the child. So we cut the hair after 7 days. And we name the kid after 7 days. And we slaughter 2 sheep for the boy, 1 for the girl. Listen, someone says, those hadith, there you go with that whole hadith again. And he doesn't want to do that. But then he'll turn around and he won't be shy and embarrassed or reluctant to do a baby shower. Baby shower comes from Christianity, man. A baby shower comes from Christianity. So there's a question that Allah asked the Muslims in the Quran, or was asked to Bani Israel. أَتَسْتَبْدِلُونَ الَّذِي هُوَ أَدْنَى بِالَّذِي هُوَ خَيْرٌ. Do you people want to take what is worse over that which is better? Will we leave the aqiqah of the Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and take what these people made up concerning the baby shower? So after you slaughter the child, after you slaughter the animal, what are we going to do with the meat? We're going to bring it to the masjid. We're going to cook it. We're going to have a party. We're going to feed the people. You don't have to do that. You can give some of the meat to your relatives. You can keep all the meat if you want. Or you can slaughter the meat and send it to your relatives in Somalia. Send it to your relatives in Kenya, in Pakistan. Take one, keep one, do the other. It's up to you. But the question is, the person says, the hadith, aqiqah, what? And then when he gets a baby, he does the baby shower. He doesn't have usul. He doesn't have that. Any more questions, Ikhwani? Any more questions? Fadli ya akhi.
So my question is when you get married and you not allow your wife to work, take care of her, but you cannot take care of her parents. So is there a sin in that law?
If you are married and you tell your wife not to work,
Yes, but you can take care of her.
you can take care of her.
Yeah, whatever she needs, whatever she wants, you can take care of, but you can't take care of her parents. Okay, supposing if she was working, she could have her parents.
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
So is there a sin?
So a man is married. What's that to do with the date palm tree, though?
I just asked the wrong person.
Where you from, man?
I'm from Togo.
Togo, mashallah. A man is married, and the question is, he has the ability to take care of his wife, but he doesn't have the ability to take care of her mother. If he marries the girl and there was never a condition that he agreed, if he agreed, I'm going to marry you and I agree, I won't take a second wife. I'm going to marry you and I agree, I won't take you out of this city. I'm going to get married to you and I agree, you can complete your education. I'm going to marry you and I agree, I don't mind you working. I'm going to marry you and I agree, I'm going to take care of your parents as well as being married to you. I send them $100 every month, $200 every month. If he made that agreement, he has to stick to his agreement because of the statement of the Prophet ﷺ or the Quran al-Mu'minun, or the Quran say, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. Awfu bil uqud. Take care of your contracts. You agree to that. Hadith said, al-Muslimun ala shurutihim. Hadith said Muslims should stick to their agreements. But if he didn't make that agreement and he married the lady, he's not responsible for her family. It's not his responsibility. If he helps sometimes or all the time, then that's good. But it's not his responsibility. It's not his responsibility. He's responsible for his own parents if they need his help. He's responsible for them. But he's not responsible for his wife's family. Not responsible. If the wife is working or not working, if the wife is working or not working, she's responsible for her parents. The man is not responsible for his parents, just as the same way she's not responsible financially for his parents. But if he's going to help his parents, it's a good thing. There's no problem with that. But he's not responsible technically for his wife's parents. So if she's working, she's responsible. We're all responsible for our parents, all of us, all of us. And like I was saying, the man is not like the woman. Now, if the man is having parents, is his wife responsible for his parents? She's responsible. You know why? Because the man, he's the leader of that lady. Not that she's a slave or anything like that. He's the imam of that lady. So the hadith said, كُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ وَكُلُّكُمْ ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulan ra'iyatihi. All of you are shepherds and all of you will be held responsible for your flocks. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, al-imam ra'in wa huwa mas'ul an ra'iyatihi. والرجل راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته والمرأة راعية وهي مسؤولة عن أهل بيت زوجها. The leader of the Muslims is a shepherd and he's responsible for everybody. The husband is a shepherd and he's responsible for his family. And the wife is a shepherdess and she's responsible for her husband's household. So if her husband has his family, her family in the house, she's responsible to help, just like she's going to take care of her kids, stuff like that. Does that mean that she doesn't have any rights? Does that mean that she could be in slavery? No, it doesn't mean all of that. But that's a discussion for another day, Akhi. That's a discussion. Any more questions, Ikhwani?
Ask any questions, guys.
Okay, sister, we coming to you. My man right here, coming to you.
What's the meaning by the kalimatun tayyiba wa kalimatun khabitha?
Yeah, the ayat went on to say, the ayat said that the example of the kalima tayyiba is la ilaha illallah. That's the best good word, pure word. That's the highest and best pure word. But under that, there are other good words. Like I told you, the dhikr of Allah, reading the Quran, inshallah, mashallah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Saying to people, as the Quran said, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ husna. Say the good word to people. So all of that, the good word is going to benefit you. And the bad word is making shirk with Allah. Jesus is the son of Allah, swearing, cursing, and all that. So the kalima tayyiba is la ilaha illallah, as the ayah said after. يُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ. I think that sister needs something right there. I think that sister needs some assistance from somebody right there. You see what's going on? Go ahead, my sister in the back. Go ahead. As I mentioned earlier today, there's a general rule in our religion, and that is Allah doesn't burden a soul beyond its ability. Another verse of the Quran tells us, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَسْتَطَعْتُمْ. Fear Allah to the best of your ability. So what happens is, if a person has a child and he doesn't have the ability to slaughter for the child, then he slaughters when he gets the ability. There's a weak hadith, that says, if you don't slaughter after 7, slaughter after 14. If you don't do it after the 21, after 28, and in 7-day increments, that's not authentic. If you don't do it after 7 days because you don't have the ability to do it, the husband is out on a ship somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. He can't get here to do it. He gets here the 9th, 10th day, he slaughters as soon as he gets the ability. He's living in a place, I used to live in a place close to Chicago called Peoria, Illinois. We didn't have any animals around here. We can't slaughter around here. You got to travel far away to get the animals. So you don't have to do it until you have the ability. As for the hair, you can cut the hair on the 7th day. The daughter of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Fatima, when she, may Allah be pleased with her, had her 2 sons, Hassan and Hussein, she cut their hair. Ali took that hair and weighed it, and then he gave sadaqah with silver the weight of the hair. So what you can do is, if you have a child, after cutting the hair, gives people $10, $15, $20, which is much more than what they gave to the masjid, to a poor person. So the hair is one thing because you have the ability to do it. But let's say, for an example, the child with the mother, her hormones are all over the place. So when the child comes out, he has acne because of the mother. Got a lot of hormones all over the place. So his skin is very sensitive. I don't want to cut his hair right now because it's going to exasperate the problem. Okay, no problem. Don't do that. And this is how our religion is. It's flexible like that. So if you have a reason not to do it, and it's a legitimate reason, then it's okay. Don't do it until you have the ability to do it. Hold up. There was another sister. We get done with our sister. Go ahead. Go ahead. You get the second question. Damn. The cover. Well, concerning guys, the daughters, our daughters, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam told us in this community, "Man ala jariyatain hatta tablagha jaa ana wa huwa yawm al-qiyamah kahatain." Anybody from amongst you who takes care of 2 girls until they reach the age of puberty. Anybody who takes care of 2 girls, your 2 sisters, your 2 nieces, your 2 daughters, if you take care of them until they reach the age of puberty, and then you marry them off, you took care of them until that point, Prophet Muhammad said, I will come and him, Yawm al-Qiyamah, and will be this close. So there's a place where Allah's Prophet will be Yawm al-Qiyamah called the Maqam al-Mahmud. It's only for him, a special place. But people will be close to him. Ana wa kafir al-yatim kahataini fil Jannah. I, along with the one who takes care of an orphan, will be this close in Jannah. He didn't say like this. He said like this. You know why he didn't say like this? Because no one's going to be like this with him. No one. He's going to be there by himself. And that maqam Ibrahim. No one. But you'll be maqam al-mahmud. But you'll be close to him if you do certain things. And one of those things that will get you close to him is taking care of 2 girls until they get mature. So it's a big thing. It's an honorable thing for the father to look at his daughters in that type of way. One of the ways I can get into Jannah is to really be on top of my daughters. But that requires, again, requires a lot of effort. It requires wisdom. It requires commitment. And in this society that we live with, you know, in this society that we live with and that we live in right now, if you sleep on your daughters, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So you look at those ahadith that talk about the virtues of taking care of your daughters, and you deal with it in a way that's most appropriate and what works for you and your family. Go ahead, my man Abdul Rahim.
Just a couple clarifications. What's the purpose of cutting the hair?
The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam told the people, idhabu anhu al-adha. He said, take away from what harms him. So Allah knows best. I don't know what the problem is outside of the womb. I know that's what the Prophet said. I don't know.
And why is it 7 days?
But the ayat of the Quran is said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu istajibu lillahi wa rasul idha da'akum lima yuhyikum. Who you believe, obey Allah and His Messenger when they tell you that which will give you life. So when He said, do this, don't do that, it's something that will give you life. What is the purpose of 7 days? That's a question that we should try to stay away from. Today was Friday in Surah Al-Kahf. We read Surah Al-Kahf. And in Surah Al-Kahf is the story about the young men who were in the cave. And the dog was there. Some of them said the young men were 4 and the dog was 5. Some people said they were 5 and the dog was 6. Some said they were 6 and the dog was 7. Rajman bil ghayb. They were just guessing. The important thing is for you to know they were in that cave for a long time, so Allah has the ability to give life and death. It's not important, was it a Doberman? Was it a Rottweiler? That's not the point, what kind of dog it was. What's their number? It's not the point. The point is, Allah caused them to die all those years and then brought them back to life again. You're going to be brought back to life, Yawmul Qiyamah. And that's easy for Allah. So the Muslim has to be careful. Bani Israel. Bani Israel went to Musa and said to Musa a question. He told them, Inna Allah ya'murukum an tadhbu baqara. Allah tells you to slaughter a cow. They said to Musa, Tattakhiduna huzwa. Are you making fun of us? He said, A'udhu billahi an nakum min al-jahilin. Seek refuge in Allah for being ignorant. Then they started asking Musa, what color is the cow? What day should we kill him on? And what does that? And they started asking all of these questions. So the number 7, my brother, in our religion, most numbers have some significance. So if I would ask you guys, the number 1, someone tell me the number 1 is, what is the number 1 in Islam? Allah is 1. The number 2, Fajr is 2 rak'ah. And many other things. The number 3, Salat al-Maghrib is 3. Many things. The number 4, Isha, Dhuhr, Asr. And someone say you can have 4 wives. You could divorce your wife 3 times. And that's it. The number 5, Arkan of Islam are 5. The 5 prayers. The number 6, Arkan of al-Iman are 6. Good job. The number 7. Huh? 7, huh? Cutting the hair. What else? 7 heavens and 7 earths. Going around the Kaaba 7 times. The number 8. Hey, I'll give you $100 if you get number 8. I ain't got my wallet with me. I ain't got my wallet. That's right, brother. 8 gates of paradise. My man right here. My man right here. يحملوا عرش ربهم فوقهم يومئذ ثمانية. 8 angels will come Yawm al-Qiyamah holding the Arsh of Allah. Good job. Good job. Hey, you guys in this masjid, I'm telling you guys have the potential of really being people who know your religion, man. But we got to learn. Anybody the number 9? Anybody the number 9? Anything the number 9? The 9th day in Hajj is Arafah. Number 10. Anybody? Number 10. Huh? The 10th of Ashura. The 11th Ashura. 11, 12, 13 is the days of Tashriq for Hajj. All right, I want to ask you something. The number 100,000. 100,000. Huh? 100,000. Masjid in Mecca, whoever prays there, 100,000. 1,000 is in Prophet Muhammad, 250 in Bayt al-Maqdis. Good job. The number 500. 500. That's 1,000. Poor people will go into Jannah 500 years before people got money. 500 years. So the Prophet used to ask Allah to raise them up Yawm al-Qiyamah amongst the poor people. 500 years. So the point is, in our religion, these numbers are in the Quran, they're in the Sunnah, and this is the richness of our religion. So don't be one of those people you come and talking that stuff. I don't take the Sunnah. Come on, man. Come on, man. We want better for you for that. Last question. Somebody had to end. We out of here. Go ahead, my brother.
Real quick, I had a question about the ruqya.
Yeah.
I was reading in 110 hadith, the Qudsi.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was pertaining to how one can get like a straight shot into Jannah Firdaus. And it was talking about how there was like 3 conditions. And one of the conditions that stood out to me was one who doesn't rely on ruqya. And I was wondering, are you familiar with that? Because I was, into the ruqya for a minute. And then when I read that hadith, I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, that's an authentic hadith. It's collected by Imam al-Bukhari and Muslim. And Abdullah ibn Abbas narrated the hadith. He said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting with his companions and he said to the people, there would be a group of people, 70,000, the number, 70,000 people were entered to Jannah without any punishment and without any questions. And the khutbah today I said, first thing Allah is going to ask you about is salah. He asks you about other stuff as well. But these people will go to Jannah without being asked anything. And they won't get any punishment. And then he got up and he went into his house. And then the companions started saying amongst themselves, who do you think they are? So they said, maybe they are us, the companions, because they have knowledge and the companions know we're the best of this ummah. And maybe it's talking about us. Other people said, no, maybe it was the people who were born in Islam. We were not born in Islam. We buried our daughters alive. Some of us drank khamr. We made zina. We murdered people, riba. We do all that. He said, maybe it's the people who were born in Islam and they never made shirk. Other companions said other things. Prophet Muhammad came out while they were doing that. He said, what are you people talking about? They say, Ya Rasulullah, we were trying to find out who were those people you were talking about, 70,000. He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, hum alladhina la yastarqoon wa la yatakayya'oon. Hum alladhina la yastarqoon. La yastarqoon. لا التطير and الكي هم الذين لا يسترقون ولا يتطيرون ولا يكتؤون وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. They are the people who don't ask other people to do ruqya. They don't ask, come and do ruqya. But they do it on themselves. Or if you're go visit the brother, I heard is in the hospital. We go visit him. He's in the bed. You go up to him and you just start doing ruqya. He didn't ask you. Jibril came and did ruqya on Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad didn't ask him. Prophet Muhammad would take Hassan and Hussein and do ruqya on them. They didn't ask. So they didn't ask, come do ruqya. And it's not haram, but they have so much taqwa they don't ask. Number 2, la yakta'un. They don't burn themselves with cauterization. Our brothers from Somalia, from Africa, they know if you get malaria, if you get sick, one of the ways you can get those sickness out of you, you put an iron thing on the fire and then you burn yourself and it'll come out. It's one of the ways that people who don't have all of this technology, how they do things. But the Prophet didn't like that. And the reason why he didn't like that, number one, is because you disfigure your body. Number two, that's painful, man. That's painful. Number three, we are trying to get away from the hellfire. We're trying to get away from the fire. So nobody in his right mind should put tobacco in his mouth or weed. Nobody should do that. We're trying to get away from that fire or the hookah thing. And the last thing, لا يتطيرون. They're not people who are superstitious. They don't have usul. They don't have foundations. Superstition is this. I want to invest, I want to marry, I want to do something, and then I go to sign the deal. But on the way signing the deal, I see a raven that flies by. So, oh boy, bad omen. I see a black cat. Oh boy, bad omen. Something's bad going to happen. Because you don't, what does a black cat have to do with anything? What, somebody tell me, what does a raven have to do with? Or for an example, you go to get a job, and when you go get the job, the guy has one eye. And you say, oh, this is a bad thing. We're not allowed to do that in Islam. If it's something positive, you can do it. You go to get the job, and the guy's name is Khair ibn Fatih, the good person who opens up the way. That's his name. You can be optimistic about that, but it doesn't necessarily mean. And then the last thing, they rely on Allah. So that's the meaning of the hadith. It doesn't mean they don't do ruqya. No, they don't ask people to do ruqya ami. لا يسترقون ولا يكتوون ولا يتطيرون وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. They don't ask people to do ruqya. They don't burn themselves. They're not superstitious and stuff like that. So listen, guys, we're going to stop right here. Just again, we want to thank the imam here, the administration. Who, the little brother? Little man right there? Go ahead, my man, Muhammad. What's the deal? Do you remember? Anybody remember? I left my wallet. Wallahi, I left my wallet. I thought I had it. What were the three names, man? Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, Ali ibn Abi Talib, and Mu'adh ibn Jabal. And where were they sent? To Al-Yaman. And the Prophet told them what? Bashiru, wa la tunaffiru. Give glad tidings, don't run them away. Make things easy and don't make difficult. And between the three of you, cooperate. You go with him one day, your way of the highway, don't do that. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا